Well, if you believe the official TV ratings, which I don't, then just shy of 3 million people tuned in to watch Channel 9's Married at First Sight this week. MAFS is a social phenomenon, apparently, and we need to talk about it. So just like we do with ABC News, we've been watching MAFS so you don't have to.
I'm really, really sorry. I don't think I can marry you.
That's completely understandable.
Not until you get on one knee and propose to me first.
Oh my goodness.
Damn. You got me good. Wow. Do I have to do it right now?
Yeah, you have to get on one knee.
I know you got pretty blue eyes, but, I can,
No, I'm not going to marry you until you get down on one knee and ask me to marry you.
Oh, here we go. I'm kind of getting hot about it, though.
Can I have your hand?
Do you want to get on one knee first?
I absolutely will.
That's it. Oscar.
Will you marry me, Alyssa?
Yes, David. I would love to.
Be dead honest, hand on my heart, that seemed like a red flag moment to me.
Rob McMullen is a social commentator from the Natural Law Institute and regular on the other side. Rob, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, always a pleasure, Damien.
Mate, what the heck did we just watch there?
I think we watched some trash TV, Damien.
Yeah, no kidding. It was clearly a power struggle, right?
It was clearly a power move by her. It was a dominance move. And he ended up capitulating. And I think in our mainstream society at the moment, that is probably the only acceptable outcome. However, I think it's important to say that, he said, well, this is what she needs to feel safe. She said, this is what I need from you. But in any relationship, there are two people. And as we've talked about many times, my favorite word is reciprocity, which means it's got to go both ways. Relationships are reciprocal trades of value between two people. So what she needs is only half the equation. The other half of the equation is what he needs. And the problem here is that these are complete strangers, and she's asking for, a sign of capitulation from someone that she's only just met, and I know that they're getting married because of the trash nature of the show, but you really need to work up to that level of relationship, demanding it from the outset like that, putting herself above him. That's a big red flag. And he knew that, and his friends could see that.
Yeah, red flag, all right. Mate, in general, this show is god-awful, yet millions of Aussies watch it. The premise on which the whole show is based is absolutely ridiculous. People meeting for the first time at the altar, put together by matchmakers from dating agencies beforehand. It's a complete insult to the institution of marriage, and even blasphemous to religions that treat marriage as a very sacred sacrament. I mean, we can have a laugh and not take it too seriously if we watch, but I can't help feeling that in general it speaks to a bit of social decline, and in some ways it promotes that social decline.
There's definitely an element of that. The wedding is not about the relationship. And like I said, that intimacy and respect and trust between two people who are coming together in a relationship, and that becomes more about status, image, profile building, all that sort of stuff. And I think you can see that very well in that people go very often that people come to the show and say, here's my checklist and what I want in a partner. Now, everybody has things that they want out of a relationship to a degree, but you also have to really balance that against a great helping of treating the other person like a person as well. And that's what's pretty absent in this formulation here.
Yeah, this week we had the aftermath of the newlyweds, Alyssa and David, and we got a little bit more information than we asked for.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Had a little bit of a cuddle, and yeah, I went to sleep. I was tired.
Just cuddles?
Just cuddles. Just cuddles. He's going to work for the booty.
Oh, boy. Okay, well, that's a healthy start to an intimate life together. One of the criticisms of the show, Rob, is that it puts too much emphasis on the needs of women versus the needs of the men.
I want my future husband to be manly, like an alpha male leader type of guy who I can trust. I like people with ambition, who have drive, who's a really hardworking guy with some goals. I'm not here to live ordinary. I want to be remembered. I want my future husband to stand out.
I am a pink girly and I'm looking to find my blue. I love feeling pink. Pink energy, pink aura, whatever you want to call it. And that's because I love feeling, feminine. I love feeling girly. So I want to meet someone that's blue. I want someone that will always carry the grocery bags. I want someone that will always fix the light bulb or put air in my tires. That is my mission. I want to find the blue to my pink, and hopefully one day we'll make a purple. I'm looking for someone who likes building stuff. Fixing stuff is really important. Someone that looks a bit rugged, maybe like a tradie vibe, maybe like a surfer cross tradie vibe. Things like that definitely make me feel pink.
Okay, she wants someone who'll make her feel pink. Well, there's a commercial reason for this emphasis on what women want. It's because TV producers know that advertisers want to reach women more than men because they're the main purchase decision makers, which is why almost no mainstream media ever counters any dominant feminist narratives in our culture and will fall over themselves to build women up and often mock men. We're talking to Rob McMullen. Rob, as you said, this is probably one of your main critiques of that show.
I do think that a couple of these things, even though it's trash TV, a couple of these things do bleed into mainstream society. It is very common for women to say, well, this is what I need out of a relationship, and then recoil if a man says, well, this is what I need, and we're equals and we're both in this relationship. Or to say, I'm hearing what you need and I want you to get what you need, but we also need to relate to each other as imperfect human beings as well. So let's find the balance between those things. Whereas once again, with trash TV, it's all just about status and image and looking good for the cameras and building your Instagram profiles, unfortunately.
Okay, mate. Well, on a final note, I've got to admit that I was pleasantly surprised after actually watching the show for the first time that there were some good souls and real people in it, and occasionally some very good values emerge.
My name's Gia, I'm 35, and I'm a disability support worker from Melbourne. I think people perceive me as just a bimbo, given how I look and everything. But beneath the fake lips, fake teeth, fake tits is the realest girl. I'm a mum. I have a little daughter. She's the most amazing, kind girl. It's a girls' night. Yay!
Tell me about your daughter.
Shit. She's like the love of my life. I put everything into being a mum, everything. She's my reason for living. I'm so proud that she is who she is. I think it's important that she's confident as much as me, and as a mother, I want to show her that it's okay to be herself and never let somebody dull your shine.
Why is that so important to you to show her that?
I was very bullied in school. Very, very bullied. And it went all the way through high school.
Really?
Yeah.
What were they targeting?
Boys would say things like, why don't you grow some tits, surfboard? And like, have you ever had a boyfriend? And obviously I didn't. I never dated boys, didn't have a boyfriend till I was like 20. I didn't really have many friends. I didn't fit in with the other girls. I didn't fit in. I was kind of a weird loner. So I feel like it shaped me to be who I am. I want him to just like me for me.
Hooray. Some decent values finally shining through. Married at First Sight, Australia's top rating TV show. Social commentator and Other Side regular Rob McMullen, thank you for joining us, mate. PIA VPN is a virtual private network, software you easily download on your computer, TV and phone that disguises your internet address, keeping big government and big corporates at bay. One account works on multiple devices and it's super cheap at only $3 a month for Other Side fans. Just type piavpn.com/otherside to sign up. That's piavpn.com/otherside. There's much more where that came from. The Other Side is your half-hour weekly catch-up and analysis of politics, economics and society through a smarter, classical liberal lens. Sign up for free on our website at othersidetv.com.au.